Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. So I am so excited to finally be doing this video for you guys. This is my how to scrapbook your leftover scraps from your Disney World or Disneyland trip. I've been teasing this video forever. I'm so sorry it's taking me this long to get it out to you. Just gotten busy. So let's just jump into it. Sorry, still a little bit tired right now. Okay, if you're a big scrapbooker, then you kind of already know this general concept. Don't ever throw anything away. Keep all your ticket stubs, all that kind of good stuff, which I did learn that very important lesson from my Aunt Sissy. So if she's watching, thank you, Aunt Sissy. She taught me at a very young age how to scrapbook and how important it is to keep all those little stubs and all that little, tidbits and leftovers, and to bind them all nice in a book, and how much later on down the road you'll appreciate that you did it. And you'll have all that stuff to kind of, remember and look through. I will tell you, my scrapbooks, these particular ones I'm about to show you, I probably look through at least once a month. I really enjoy sitting down and going through it. And so much of it brings back a whole bunch of little things from the trip that, over time you kind of start to forget. So real quick, I'll just show you the type of scrapbook that I put our honeymoon pictures into. Was this one. It says Disney Memories. How cute is this? I found this at Michael's, you guys, actually. And I waited for it to go on sale. And it did, and I finally bought one. And then as I got into scrapbooking all of our honeymoon photos, I had to go back for another one. So it actually took two of these to, fill our honeymoon pictures with. So anyways, okay, that being said, I have pulled out the particular pages of each book to show how I used a bunch of leftover scraps that we had from our trip. So if you have any of these scraps at home, some left over from another trip, or if you've got an upcoming trip, trust me, some of this stuff you're going to come home with. It's just kind of how it goes. Okay, let's get started with this first page. Now, if you are, an avid planner like me to the point where you actually create a notebook, which is what I do for every trip, you probably have a lot of, inserts and planning stuff like that. So I'm going to show you something I kept out of our old planner notebook to scrapbook. Now, this was a digital download from Etsy, and as you can see, it says 2017 Cruise Vacation Planner. Now, like I said, we didn't go right after we got married. We had to wait a whole nother, year, I guess, or almost a year and a half. So, weddings are expensive, and so is Disney, so we had to save up. Anyway, this was part of a set of planner pages that I did download from Etsy to help me create my first planner notebook. So anyway, I just kept this particular top page. I thought it was really cute. I could have put pictures all around it, but I didn't want to. So this is the first page in the scrapbook where I actually used something that I already had, So if you have if you go to Disneyland multiple times or Disney World, yearly, and you create a notebook each time, don't always throw all that stuff away. Maybe keep one or two little things out of it from each trip, that you can put into a scrapbook or maybe into like a shadow box frame or something like that. So anyway, anything from a Disney trip planning notebook that you've created is have a reuse to scrapbook. Okay, this next particular page I'll show you real quick up close. Right here is me and my husband at the airport, if you can tell, getting ready to fly out. So of course right here, just your standard, airline stubs. Nothing new. A lot of people hang on to bus tickets and airline passes, and I did too. I just kept on hold of two of these. So I just folded and put them in here. And these right here, down at the bottom you can see, are Disney gift cards. Now, kind of our process for the year before, we were going to go on a trip every other week or so, or every grocery trip we would pick up a Disney gift card, really anywhere, Target, Walmart, we would get groceries, things like that, and kind of accrue them all year so that by the time we actually go on our trip, we know that we have souvenir money, any out-of-pocket expenses that maybe weren't included on our particular planned trip, and things like that. So as we're kind of going throughout the park and they were emptying out and we were using them on things like that, the lady would give it back to us at the store, and I would never think just to tell her to throw it away. So I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm kind of glad I ended up with all these empty Disney gift cards. Now, real quick, I will tell you, yes, I'm fully aware these are reloadable. I'm fully aware that you can use these. But I'm not kidding you guys. We had so many. And that at the time actually was before I knew that you could all load them onto one master gift card. And to be honest, I'm not sure that even was going on when we were planning this trip. Like I said, this was a few years ago. So anyway, I know they're reusable. I didn't plan to reuse these. I didn't plan to reload these. I already have a lot for the upcoming trip, but that's another video. So anyway, if you're like me and you ended up with a lot of leftover, completely empty Disney cards and you don't have a plan to reload them, they're kind of fun. Make a little addition to a scrapbook page. And I've even seen some that have a different picture. Not all of them have Mickey on them, but that's the one I came across the most. So leftover, emptied Disney gift cards. Okay, this next page, of course, all you guys are going to recognize your celebration buttons. Here's our happily ever after one, and this was a little honeymoon celebration cake that we had pre-ordered to have and then go pick up. And I stuck another gift card in there, as you can see. So celebration buttons, that's another good example of something that you may have multiples of when you come home. You know, you have celebration buttons for everything, for your wedding, your honeymoon, a birthday, you know, I mean everything. And they are free. So this is another freebie. And this is something else I thought, what am I going to do with these? They're so cute and I love them. And I know a lot of people will put them on their bags or their caps even, which is totally cool. Find a use for it. But for me, I loved it in a scrapbook. So celebration buttons for your scrapbook. Okay, this next one was really fun. We stayed at Port Orleans Riverside when we went on our honeymoon. I think the other one is French Quarter. I have never been to the other one, but let me tell you, if you're considering a particular moderate resort, Port Orleans Riverside is amazing. It is wonderful. The scenery is just beautiful. The buildings are all shaped like these old plantation homes. It just has a very deep South feel. The landscaping is amazing. It was very quiet. It was very peaceful actually when we went. We did go in an off season, but even so, it was just felt very tucked away, very private. Definitely felt like kind of an escape. And I'm telling you, if we weren't staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge this trip, we would go right back to Port Orleans Riverside. And also they do have the boat that will take you from your resort to Disney Springs, not to the parks, but to Disney Springs. And I can't even tell you how many times we rode that boat to Disney Springs just because we enjoy doing it. Port Orleans Riverside also did offer renting of tandem bikes. And we actually did a horse-drawn carriage ride. I could not believe they offered this. It was so much fun. We did, you know, we had to reserve it, I think, a day or two in advance. I think it was $45, but it was just this precious white carriage with a great big horse, and his name was Big John, and the driver of the carriage was just decked out in full gear. I mean, top black hat, you know, double-breasted long coat, white gloves. He was just wonderful, and he rode us all around the resort, and it was something we did at the last night we were there. It's very, very sweet, very memorable. I will never forget that. So, sorry, back to what we're talking about here. We stayed in one of the royal themed rooms, and that are all decked out. They have all kinds of, you know, Disney accents. The furniture is just beautiful. It's just a really fun room. It is a specialty room. It was a little bit more expensive, but this is a special occasion. So when we checked in, we got this welcome letter right here from Princess Tiana, and I love Princess and the Frog. So this was kind of a neat, again, freebie that we got for staying in their room. So I held on to it and I glued it down. And this right here, this little thing that says Walt Disney World, this is a disposable paper coaster from the resort. You know, I mean, in the rooms you have, you know, your little coffee station that they have, and I just thought these were super cute. And I'm like, you know, that's normally something I would throw away. So the first night we were there, I grabbed 2 or 3 and threw them in my bag, knowing the next day we were probably going to get more, and we did. So, and I thought it was really cute. It has a castle on it. I wonder if maybe the other resorts look different, like if their coasters look different. I don't know. So anyway, welcome letter from Princess Tiana when we checked in, and then a paper coaster from your room. So when you get to wherever you're going, take a look around. Anything like that that you know is free. Don't steal something that's not, you guys. But that you can come home and put into a scrapbook, and, you know, that's kind of fun. Okay, this was, I guess this was just more scrapbook, I mean coasters right here, and another gift card. Sorry, that kind of was a duplicate page. Okay, this particular page, let me show you really quick. Right here. As you can see, a lot of pictures from when we were at Epcot and Test Track. This right here, Epcot, you will recognize is a park map. Now, I have seen so many YouTubers who tend to get these park maps kind of for free, or that they come with things. I think is it the Magic Monthly box or Magic at Your Door, something like that. I've seen a lot of people do these unboxing videos, which I absolutely love, and I've seen a lot of them get a complimentary park map. So if that's you and you just have these maps floating around, you're like, what am I going to do with these? Keep them, scrapbook them. I kind of wish I would have opened this one up entirely, because on the inside it shows a great big map of the park. At the bottom it has a legend of all the rides, attractions, and restaurants. So I didn't for this particular one, but I had bought a complete package of all the park maps, including one to Disney Springs before we left on our trip. I really wanted to map out kind of based on location so that it would make a big circle and not do a lot of backtracking. But when I came home, you know, I was like, okay, I have all these maps. What am I going to do with them? I don't want to throw them away. They're too cute. So park maps, even if they're old, I mean, they're just really cute. They make great backgrounds for scrapbook pages. So park maps, don't throw those away. Okay, this one was actually kind of funny. I'll show you guys real quick the page right here. We were at the Akershus restaurant. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. It's Norwegian. It's at Epcot. And we kind of just by chance met the princesses. We didn't intentionally schedule this wanting to do a princess meet and greet, but it's one of those times where the princesses, they do go around to each table and you can get your autograph or have a picture made or whatever. So anyway, that's what this was for. But this here at the bottom, I just want to show you this little piece of paper right here. This was an insert in a picture frame that I bought at Disney World. I started to notice all of the picture frames for sale at Disney World had really cute inserts. You know, the page that comes with the frame that normally has got like a baby or a family on it, and you just, you know, take that out and throw it away and put your photograph inside there. A lot of the ones at Disney had something on the insert. So this one particular had Cinderella on it, and this was inside a frame that I used for a different picture. But I don't know, when I was putting the picture in the frame, I thought, oh, this is so cute. I don't want to throw this away. So to most people, yes, that's trash. But if you happen to get a frame at Disney World and this little insert maybe has a picture of your favorite princess, or maybe it's got Mickey on it, or maybe Walt, or something really cool, and you are a scrapbooker, don't throw that away. It'd make a good little addition. So inserts to picture frames from Disney World. Okay, this one is a little bit different. If you're watching this, that means you're a Disney fan, and I am too, but I'm also a huge Disney Thomas Kincaid fan. Now, he is an artist who does a lot of really gorgeous paintings, and he has a Disney line, and his paintings kind of take away from the animated look into the very light and airy and woodsy, you know, type feel, which I love. So probably 2 or 3 years ago, my husband got me a Disney Thomas Kincaid calendar, and I absolutely loved it. I loved looking at every month. They were just so pretty. But once again, when that year was over, I just didn't want to throw it away, but I didn't have any use for it. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. You know, the days aren't correct. Well, when we finally went on our trip and we came back, I thought, this is a perfect time. I'm going to make use of some of these calendar pages. So I will show you real quick what one of these looks like. So this particular scrapbook page, which the only thing I added was this particular sticker and of course the photo. But as you can see, all this is one page. This is the back, or excuse me, you know, the top to the month. Like, I don't even know what year this is. So anyway, if you happen to have the Thomas Kincaid calendar, if you have a Disney calendar, if you have a princess calendar, anything like that where it has these beautiful pages, they work great as your backdrop for photographs that are sort of what you could call pre-decorated. You know, maybe you don't want to get too deep into the scrapbooking thing, but you want a nice little background for your pictures. The decoration on these is basically done for you. I mean, look how pretty this is. And this was just a calendar page. So you guys rummage around. If you've got a calendar and you know it's going to be up and you've got a trip coming up, don't throw it away. Keep your calendar pages as backgrounds for scrapbook photos. So how pretty was that? I love that one. Okay, this was kind of another freebie that we got. I'll show it to you really quick and then I'll explain. We ate breakfast at Cinderella's Royal Table at Magic Kingdom, which is inside Cinderella's castle. Now, if you've done that thing before, you probably recognize this. This says, "Making memories at Cinderella's castle. Congratulations on your royal wedding." Of course, they knew we were there to celebrate our honeymoon, and this was another one of those things where you go and you're going to meet all the princesses. So it's all signed, as you can see on the edge, by the princesses. But this was just a freebie. This, you know, they set us down and they brought this to us, and you know, it was just kind of a for fun thing because we were there. So as you can see, I had to trim it off a little bit, but I'll show you again really up close. I just thought that was really cute, kind of sweet, you know, little thing to keep. But once again, when you get home, you're like, what do I do with this? So anyways, went in the scrapbook. So any little freebies that you get from a restaurant or from a character meet and greet, hang on to them, put them in the scrapbook. In fact, that's what a lot of this stuff is. You'll see some more. This is a good example also from Cinderella's Royal Table, is this little wishing star. When you first get there and they seat you, they give the girls a wishing star and they give the guys a little plastic sword. Of course, you know, this is more for the kids, but I mean, we enjoyed it. They even kind of did like a little song about making a wish on your wishing star. And, you know, it was on the table. I looked down at it and I just thought, you know what the heck, I grabbed it, I threw it in my little drawstring backpack, and I thought, you know, didn't really give it a second thought till I got home, and I was like, what am I going to do with that? Put it in the scrapbook. Super cute, and it brings back the memories of when we were there eating at that restaurant, which, by the way, is amazing. I know it's expensive, but if you just decide to do it one time, it is a wonderful experience. We truly enjoyed it. Okay, this one is also more for you guys that have the Memory Maker. The Memory Maker package is a prepaid package that There are photographers placed all around the parks, and they will take a picture of you. They scan your magic band. It gets uploaded to your account. And when you get home, you have all these pictures that you own. We personally did do it. We thought it was worth the money. We definitely felt we got our money's worth out of it. But I will tell you something that I don't know that they advertise very well, or maybe that they're not doing it anymore, or I don't know if they're going to do it in the future, but we had a lot of freebie pictures that came with this package, like just professional photographs of, you know, the attractions, parks, everything like that, that, you know, I guess it was part of the package. And I was really glad. I guess, you know, if you end up just not having as many as you were pleased with, they throw some in there so that you really have some beautiful pictures to, you know, remember your trip over. So I'll show you really quick this one of Cinderella and her, Snow White and her prince at the parade. We did not actually get to see this particular parade, so I was kind of glad they threw this one in. It was really pretty. And then we were there at the time when the castle does have the icicle lights still on it. Now, we had taken a picture of it. Ours just did not come out as well as this one. This one was just beautiful. So I printed that out from our Memory Maker package. So don't know if they still do that, you guys. Check into that, you know, if you look into it. But that's how we got these. So once again, it was something we'd paid for, yes, but I was not expecting these little extra professional pictures. So those kind of helped to add to the scrapbook. Okay, this is another little fun thing. When we kind of started inquiring about trips and requesting information, all that good stuff, every, I don't know, few weeks or so, or maybe every couple months, we would kind of get a little flyer in the mail, just kind of thanking us for inquiring about information and kind of telling us about, you know, summer rates and fall rates and winter rates and all that kind of good stuff. So this little piece, as I just kind of cut it to fit on here, it says Wonder is Waiting. As you can see, it's got Alice in Wonderland on the teacups. So I thought this was perfect for when we went to the teacups, and then I had my picture by the Mad Tea Party. But it was just something we got in the mail, and normally you'd see it and you'd flip through it and you think, oh, that's so cute, that's about our, you know, trip, or it's just a little thank you, and you would throw it away. I'm so glad I kept this. It's just really cute. So just kind of added a little bit of fun to the scrapbook paper. So this was just something that they sent us in the mail. Thank you for, you know, looking into information on a Walt Disney World trip. In fact, I think I've already gotten a couple for this next trip that we're doing, and there's one, I think it's got Peter Pan on it, so I'm excited to be using that one. Okay, this is something else that we got from a meet and greet that we did intentionally do. Yes, you guys, we stood in line so that my husband could meet Olaf. Don't ask. I do love Olaf. I love Frozen. But anyway, so he did not talk. And I think with some of the characters that have the big heads, maybe they don't speak. I'm not really sure. But when we were in line, they told us, you know, he'll hug you and you wave and all that kind of good stuff. But he doesn't actually talk. So, I guess instead of getting his autograph, I'm not sure if he could have done that or not. But we got this little round kind of Olaf. It looks like maybe he drew it, you know, kind of a little souvenir. So that was just for standing in line to meet Olaf. So I kept that and thought I'll put that on our Olaf pictures. This one, I'll show you the picture real quick. Of course, you can see we are on Rock and Roller Coaster in these pictures. This here in the center is came from our Magic Band box. Now, I just decided to cut this out of the Magic Band box and put this in here. I think just because, I don't know, it was just fun. It's to get ready to take your Walt Disney World resort visit to an all new level, you know, unlock the magic. When you get your magic bands, you know what an exciting day that is. Everyone looks forward to getting their magic bands in the mail. It just solidifies that this is it, your trip is coming, and when you get the magic bands, you realize how close you really are, because you don't get those till pretty close before, you know, you leave. So I just took that out of the box of the magic bands, you know, and I think they also put in those little free luggage tags. I think we had a Goofy one and a Donald. That would have been the great scrapbook if you don't use those, or maybe you have your own personalized luggage tags. You know, dig those out, put those in a scrapbook. That would be super cute. So this is just for the magic band box. This is just another one, you guys, of another park map I used. This was some pictures from Animal Kingdom. I kind of wish I would have opened up this map. It would have been really pretty. But I just put in the background. It just kind of lended to the fun, you know, safari Animal Kingdom feel. So another park map. And lastly, but not least, is I kept our letter regarding our Disney's Magical Express. So I'll show you right there. That was also another one of those fun things to get, stating, you know, hey, we know you're coming. You have reservations on the Disney Magical Express. Now, we call it the DME, and that is the bus that is at the, I believe, Orlando Airport MCO that takes you from the airport to Disney World Resort if you are staying at a resort. And, of course, it is complimentary. When you get there, there's actually lines for whichever resort you're going to. But anyway, when we got this letter in the mail, I thought, this is so exciting. They know we're coming. We have 2 seats reserved on that Disney Magical Express bus to get us to our resort. So I kept that. Of course, here's another gift card thrown in there. And this was another little backing on a little mailer that we just got in the mail. Hey, thanks for inquiring about information. Looking forward to seeing you again. I think that's what it says on the back. Something like that. I don't know if they still do these. Well, like I said, I take that back. They do, but it's been months. I think the last one I got was months ago. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't go on and do a whole lot of requesting information because I have all the information I need pretty much now. But anyway, so any confirmation letters that you get like that are kind of fun. Of course, we had to have this, when we got there. But after we, used it going, from the airport to our resort and then leaving our resort, we get back on the Magical Express to go back to, the airport. Saddest day. Sad day. Anyway, that's another something fun to keep that you will get kind of a confirmation thing. So basically that's it, you guys. And those are just the pages that I pulled out of the books where I actually had used something from the trip. I just had a pile of stuff when we came home, but I just couldn't bring myself to throw it away. Every little thing was tied to some kind of memory for me. So finally, it took me forever to get all that stuff scrapbooked. But if you are like me and you do scrapbook all that kind of stuff, then you know how much fun it is. If you have any other little items that you have ended up from a Disney trip that are great to go in a scrapbook, please let me know. For real, comment below, because the trip we have coming up next, I kind of definitely want to keep my eye out. Maybe there was something that I threw away that I wished I would have kept. So anyways, just going to give you a heads up for some souvenirs of little free stuff that you might have before you left or during your trip when you get home. Don't throw that stuff away. Put it in a scrapbook. You will be glad that you did. So that's about it, you guys. If you like this video, please, please, please subscribe and push the like button below. And I would definitely enjoy if you have a comment or a suggestion or, anything else like that scrapbook related that you want to know from me or that you would like to inform me of. So that's about it, you guys. I will see you at the next video. Bye, and have a magical day.